Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to episode number 9 of our Canucks GM mode. So, last episode we did the remainder of the off season, like the free agency, and we signed Evander Kane. As well, we started the season simulation up to December 1st, and our record is 13-10-0 with 26 points. In this episode, I'm going to try and get the remainder of the season done as well as the trade deadline. I'm not sure exactly what we're looking for. We're probably going to try and trade Brandon Sutter, though, because he's only got like 2 goals in 20-something games. Unless he turns it around. Meanwhile, we have like 3 months till the deadline. So let's sim 1 month at a time. Get some big chunks done, and then we'll check player stats and stuff like that, like maybe in 2 months. Or right at the deadline, so then we could see maybe who we want to deal. And then I'll go and try and find somebody to trade for if we need to. And if we can't find anybody to trade for, then we will just sim the remainder of the season. And hopefully we can get some experience in the playoffs because some of these young guys need it. So there's a big 5-2 win over Tampa Bay, who's actually been a pretty good team. So I guess that trade with them has worked out. That we traded Louis Eriksson to way back in year number 1, I believe it was. But then we lose to New Jersey and we beat the Leafs. So, okay, we're beating some Eastern, well, not Eastern necessarily, Atlantic division teams, and then we just lost to one there. Game against Montreal is also a loss, so we're starting to lose some games again, but once again, we're still finding ways to win games too, so that's not too bad. Also, sorry I didn't upload this on the Monday like I usually do. Only reason was because, well, my dad was home, and also because I couldn't really record because I was out shopping for school supplies and stuff like that because I'm going back to school in the fall. So I actually spent like $1,600 yesterday on like a new camera and a lens and some other stuff. So yeah, it looks like we're playing pretty good now. We're turning it around. We're 20-15-1, so that should be moving us up maybe in the standings a bit. Anaheim doesn't look like they're playing good from that trade, but I didn't expect them to because we kind of ripped them off a bit, at least in my opinion. So let's just see where we sit in the standings before we simulate another month. So we're in that last wildcard spot only by a point, so I guess our division's pretty tight, but then again, our record looks a lot better than San Jose's. Is 12-10 is San Jose's record, so they have a lot of overtime/shootout losses, while us, we're 20-15-1. So the Ducks are actually pretty close to us too. So, and this is a big game then because they're kind of chasing us. So let's simulate another month, and then we'll check the player stats, I think, and see how everybody is doing. If everybody's getting more points now, hopefully Brandon Sutter's starting to put in a bit more goals. I do want to trade him probably next season at the latest, though, because he is starting to he's starting not to play well, and then also his contract is kind of outrageous. It takes him till he's 32, but which isn't really that late in his career, but it's a lot of money to give to an old guy like that. Okay, so what did I scout? I guess I scouted forwards. Yeah, let's just go back to forwards and Q just for 1 more week or 6 more weeks. And then I guess we'll scout the United States or someplace in Europe. See what people have to say. Evander Kane. Our team has been performing well lately. What is he like, though? Let's see. Calming. Yeah, he likes calming. Okay, that's good. Vasilevsky's liking the extra minutes. Well, it's not really extra minutes, but he's not affected by calm. And Jake Virtanen, well-oiled machine. Let's see what he looks. And sorry if you just heard my cat in the background. I don't know what the hell he's doing. Okay, so yeah, our record is getting really good now. 24-15-1. So I guess we're on a bit of a winning streak. I did actually change the lines with the penalty kill. Instead of having, who was it? I put Bo Horvat on the penalty kill instead of, I think, Colt Castles, because for some reason Colt Castles was on there, and I think that might have been the main reason why we lost a lot of games. Ooh, but that's not good. We got our third injury of the season. Troy Stetcher has been injured with a mild concussion. His estimated return is January 26th, which is in like 12 days. So let me edit the lines, and I'll see you guys in a sec. Okay, guys, so Rodin is in his spot, and I moved Triampkin. Rodin's here, and now Triampkin's in that dude's spot, Stetcher's spot. But Brandon Davidson's actually now an 82, so that's better because we signed him as an 80, but I think everybody's growing just because of how we've been playing recently. So, like, Evander Kane's an 87, Horvat's still 90, Granlund 85, still on like that. Let's see, has Brandon Sutter actually turned it around? Yes, he has a bit, but he still only has 3 goals, which is not a lot considering last season he had 16. He's on pace for like a 6-goal season, but he's put up a lot of assists, but he still should be probably trade bait down the road. But yeah, everybody else has been playing pretty decently, and Fontaine has held down that spot. Wow, 14 points. That's not too bad for a fourth liner. How's Alex Tuck doing? 10 points. Okay, let me just check goaltenders. Has Thatcher Demko's record changed around? Because he did start off his career really horribly. So now he is 4 wins. Wait, what is this doing? This screen. There you go. Okay, so 4-3-0. So he has won 4 in a row actually, but his goals against is still way up there, and his save percentage is still not that good. But he has a goal and an assist. What the hell is this? So Thatcher Demko got an empty net goal, I guess, his first NHL goal. So that is a very cool storyline. You'd never see a rookie goalie score a goal. I think that's the first goalie to score in his first season ever. So congrats to Thatcher Demko. Now we have at least a goaltending goal scorer. But yeah, so yeah, we're definitely turning it around as we're on a big winning streak here. I'll count it up once the simulation stops. There's a loss though to the Ducks, which is a team that's kind of chasing us, but I don't know if they're chasing us anymore. Jason Megna has been injured with post-concussion syndrome down in the AHL. Let's just replace him because Megna is nothing huge. It's not like it's one of our prospect guys. Like if it was Nolan Patrick, I'd be like, God damn it. Nolan Patrick's probably up to an 80 by now or something like that. So he will be here next season though. Okay, so player morale, Nemesnikov. He hasn't been feeling positive about his performance recently. Let's just go demanding. And he likes demanding. Good. Hopefully he starts to turn it around. I know he's only a playmaker, but I don't think he's going to be part of our future for much longer because we do have more left wing prospects. So, okay, so Stetcher's back. I'm going to put him in. See you guys in a second. Okay, so we got Stetcher back in his regular spot, and Shampkin's back down to the top 6 defensive pairing. So yeah, I think we definitely are going to be making the playoffs this year unless we go on a big losing streak. But we're 28, 19, and 1, so this has definitely turned out to be a good year. And now there's another big injury as Nemesnikov has been injured with his ribs, or injured ribs. Estimated return is February the 5th. I'll quickly just do this because I've already done a bunch of cuts in this so far. So yeah, Reed Boucher always just takes his spot, so it's fine. See, right like that. Okay, so my game against Minnesota is a loss, but we're up at February 1st. We're 29, 20, and 1. It's still a lot of regulation losses, but still pretty decent record, and we're still in that last wildcard spot. So our division is keeping pace with our good record. The Ducks have actually passed us only by 2 points, and then same with Edmonton. It's only up there by a couple points, and same with Calgary. But we have a 5-point lead on LA and San Jose, so hopefully that keeps up. Let's just check our player stats so far for the season, and then we'll simulate another month, and then I'll see if I can find anybody to trade for on the trade deadline. So let's sort by forwards first. So leader in goals looks like Evander Kane. Yes, it is. Evander Kane's leading us with 21 goals in 48 games. I guess he did miss 2 games from injury, followed by Bo Horvat with 16 and Vertanen with 14, so on like that. Assist leader on our team is Mikael Granlund, which is not a surprise because he's a playmaker on the top line. He's probably been feeding Evander Kane a lot, so 31 assists for him. Then Evander Kane's actually got 29 assists, and Bo Horvat. So that first line seems to be a pretty good line that we put together. Point-wise, Evander Kane, Bo Horvat, and Mikhail Granlund. So yeah, that first line's got the stuff. Then we got Vertana with 35, Fiala with 30, Granlund with 28, Sutter 20. But Sutter's got 5 goals now, so still really low though. Birchie's got 18 points, Castles has got 14, Fontaine's got 14, Tuck has only got 13, Nemesnikov 10, Boucher with 2 assists only. Well, 2 assists in 2 games. That's pretty good for a depth player. Anton Rodin, no points. Okay, so let's check our defensemen. So Olli Ulevi has 27 points in 50 games with 8 goals, 19 assists. Then Ben Hutton's got 25 points and 8 goals, 17 assists, and they still have both plus minuses, 9 and 7. So that's pretty nice. Stetcher's got 11 and 13, so 24 points in 46 games. Theodore's got 11 points, so he's starting to get more points than what he was at the start of the season. And then Tramkin and Davidson still not putting up much points, as they only got 2 apiece. Davidson's actually the only minus player other than Shea Theodore. Both of them are -6 and a -7. So yeah, it's just our top 6 of defensive pairing that's not getting it done 5-on-5 or something like that, or on the penalty kill or whatever they're on. So Vasilevsky, yeah, he's not got the best goals against average and save percentage, but he's getting wins, and that's what matters. Thatcher Demko's record's not that good either, 4-5-0, 3.25 goals against average and a save percentage of .884. Okay, so let's just quickly check the AHL as well, because I want to see how our prospects are doing down there. So let's start by forwards though first. So leading us in points is Balser, still with 36 points. He's actually up to a 79, so he'll probably be on our team next season. So that means we'll probably have to get rid of a left winger on our bottom 6, which means Nemesnikov probably. Rupi Hintz has got 35 points. Nolan Patrick's got 32, so it's good to see him performing. He's got 81 points, or not 81 points with hell, 81 overall now. So he should be NHL bound next season. So Gauntz, any other good prospect guys? Zuganov isn't really a good prospect, but he's got 14 points. Abels, I think I've seen this guy grow a lot. Like, he turns to be an 86, but 5 points in 41 games, not very good. Defensively, let's see how our defensive prospects are doing. So Liljegren's got 23 points. That's nice to see. Only 1 goal, but 22 assists, so he's definitely been passing a lot. Philip Larson, Subban's got 9 points. Tuola's got 8, and Jacobs has got 8, and Reedsball's only got 2. But yeah, a lot of our defensive prospects are actually putting up some good points down there in the AHL, especially Liljegren. And goaltenders, let's see how both these goalies have been playing. So he got a 2.15 goals against average, 16, 11, and 2, and a 921 save percentage. And Backman's been amazing as a backup, 1.77 goals against average, 11, 2, and 1, and a 938 save percentage. And no, none of these guys have a goal, except for Pavlik's got an assist, but nothing as good as Thatcher Demko scoring a goal in his rookie season. Okay, so let's simulate up to the deadline, another month, and I'll see if we could find anything. I'll show you guys the trading block, and then I'll see if I could trade for anything. Just because I'd like to get the season done, and in the next episode we start up the playoffs if we are a playoff team. Hopefully we don't have just a really horrible month and then we don't make the playoffs, but this is like one of the big home stretch months. We got this month to deal with, and then we got March to deal with. And then if we come out there at least like with a 50% winning, or 50 winning percentage, we should make the playoffs. So the Nemesnikov is back. I guess I could just quickly do that. So it seems like Fiala is growing, but I think he caps off at like an 85, 86. So, but yeah, Nemesnikov is definitely probably going to be getting released at the end of this year, or we trade him. Because 2 years at 2.7 or 2.27, it's not actually that expensive. But we need to make room for some of our prospects down there in the minors, especially Balsers, because I think he will be NHL ready for next season. And wow, we've lost 3 in a row, make that 4 in a row now. So that's not good. That's not what I wanted. We didn't want to lose a bunch of games and then hurt our playoff chances. We still got 2 weeks or 2.5, 3 weeks left of this month though. Let's see if we could get some W's. There's another loss. I might have to change stuff up. I don't know what the problem is because I didn't change anything really with the lines. There's a shootout win, finally. But can we go on a winning streak now? Don't lose any more games. Because this will hurt our playoff chances because I don't know how much games we have in March. Okay, so let's send the scout out. Oh yeah, I have scouted almost everywhere. Well, I was doing some pre-scouting actually off camera, but it says I scouted every place in the entire map, even though I didn't. So let's see. Yeah, okay, let's just send it back to the United States, I think. Wait, actually, maybe not. Let's go Sweden. Because Sweden is usually pretty good for prospects, I think. Okay, there we go. There's a big win, 4-1 over Calgary. In Minnesota, there's another big win. So these are some teams that are actually in our division, so that's pretty nice. And a 9-3 smoke of the Detroit Red Wings, who are probably going through a rebuild right now. And then we lose to Calgary 3-0. But we beat St. Louis and we lose to LA. But our record still looks pretty decent, 34, 26, and 2. Still a lot of regulation losses, but at least we have more wins than losses. So at the trade deadline, we're 34, 27, and 2. We got a very busy last month and 2 weeks or so in April to go through all these games, a lot of games to go through. So let's just see what's available on the trading block. And then I will see if I can make any trades. And then I'll get back to you guys maybe with a potential trade. If not, then we'll just simulate the remainder of the season. So, wait, actually, I wanted to go to the trading block, not to the trading screen. Okay, so trading block, browse trading blocks. So Anaheim still has Lou Perreault up there, which is a prospect. McClement, Cracknell, and McGinn, those guys are kind of bottom 6 guys that are a bit older. Yeah. Cesarnik, and Pitlick, some kind of younger players. Molson and Deslauriers. Giordano's up there, but at 4 years left. Kunitz is there for a 1-year deal. I don't think we really need to bring him in. We could replace Nemesnikov with him probably. But, I don't know if that's a smart move. McMasters, Jokinen, Mileta, Emery, Niemi, Vanek, Howard, and Nyquist. So it's a bunch of veterans mostly. Like, I think I might not even make any trades at this deadline. And just wait till the off-season. Darcy Kemper from our Islanders gym mode. Makinen, Bork, Anders Lee, and Gibson. So I guess they're doing the same sort of thing as what I did when I was the Islanders gym, as they're shipping out Anders Lee. That wouldn't be that bad to have, but like I said, our left wing spot on the bottom 6 is going to be getting replaced, but he does have 1 year left on his deal, which isn't that bad. We could probably get trade Nemesnikov straight up for him almost, if the Islanders want Nemesnikov. Anything else? Tom Pyatt, Dzingel, no. Anderson, waivers, yeah. See, it's a bunch of more vets. Tristan Jerry's actually also in the trading block. So once again, for some reason, Pittsburgh wants to trade away a young prospect goalie. Like, they wanted to trade away Ryan Murray, who was 23 also, but now it's Tristan Jerry. It's kind of interesting. Pavelski, Haley, and Carpenter, Blaze, Medvedev, Darling. Yeah, there's nothing really available. Yeah, I'm not going to make any trades this year, guys. But if you want to suggest trades for the off-season, let me know in the comments what I should do. Like, I should probably trade Brandon Sutter, I would assume. Stuff like that. But I want to just get the season simulated, see if we could get to the playoffs. I think we have a pretty good team so far. So let's see if we could have a good month of March. Hopefully not making a trade doesn't come back to bite us in the ass. And we started off with a win, so that's good, but it was against Arizona, so I don't know how good Arizona's been this season, but yeah. And then we followed up with a 7-6 win over Winnipeg. So we're scoring a lot and we're letting a lot of goals in. And there's a 7-0 loss right after that game to Columbus. 4-3 shootout loss, 4-3 win. So once again, our team seems to win games and then lose games. So we're not really consistent with that yet. But if we could strengthen our offense maybe a bit more, our defense, then we should be a better team. And we got another injury, mild concussion for Evander Kane, our leading point man, goal scorer, pretty much everything. He doesn't return until March 23rd, so he's out for like a week or two. So let me edit the lines and I'll see you guys in a sec. Okay, so as always, Reed Boucher is down here on the 4th line now, and Fiala is now taking his first line spot. He is actually listed as a 3rd line scoring forward, but he's got decent shooting categories, so why not put him on there with Bo Horvat and Granlund? So Granlund could probably send him up a couple times. And there's a win and a loss. So once again, we're going on a bit of a bumpy road, and Evander Kane's back already, so at least it wasn't that long term, I guess, of an injury. Hopefully nothing like that happens at the end of the season, just because we don't want any big injuries to linger into the playoffs and then wreck with our chances, kind of. So there you go. So we got 2 more games before Evander Kane's fully back to health, I think. There's a loss against Colorado and he's recovered. That's good news. Game against Pittsburgh is a win, so we're seem to losing against the doing as well, and are winning against teams that are. Jason Megna's back for the AHL club. I don't really care, to be honest. Is Jason Megna's already like 28 or something like that, so he's not. It's not like it's a prospect for our team. So 5-0 win over Arizona again. So I guess Arizona must be closer to the bottom of the league. Scouting assignment. Let's see, where do we want to send the scout out? I think the Swiss League had some good prospects, if I remember correctly, when I was doing some pre-scouting for the draft. So let's scout there. Okay, so at April 1st, we are 42-31-4, so we should almost have the playoffs locked up. I think, let's just check the record. So yeah, I think we should be clinching soon. Like with a win, we should clinch because San Jose's 7 points behind us. But Calgary took our division probably, and Edmonton. So some good teams actually making it this year in the playoffs. It's kind of surprising that San Jose and LA both fell out of the playoff category, considering both of those teams have been pretty good for the last couple of seasons. So there's an OT win against San Jose, a win against LA, so we should have clinched our first ever playoff series in this franchise mode. And then we ended off with a 3-0 win, so there you go. So we should have clinched the playoff spot. Let's see if it pops up on the top. If not, we'll just clip to it. So everybody's gaining some morale because ice time, which is good news. Let's just see. So we should have clinched, right? Yes, we did. So we made our first ever Stanley Cup playoffs. So before we check who we play against, let's just check our player stats for the season. See who did what for us. So sort by forwards first. So leader in goals was Evander Kane with almost a 40-goal season. This guy usually doesn't simulate that well, I think, but he almost put up 40 goals this season. So definitely a very good acquisition for us. He is still on a 1-year. He'll still have 1 year left after the season. But I don't know if we'll be able to keep him because of Rudolph Balcers, or we could just move out maybe 2 left wingers instead, and then he could still stay with us as the top line left wing, as I don't know how good Fiala will be. So Bo Horvat had 26 goals, which is very good for a second player, and then Jake Virtanen 21 and Mikael Granlund 21. Fiala had 17, Marcus Granlund 15. So we had a lot of goals in the season. Fontaine even put up 8 goals as a 4th liner. It's pretty crazy. Assist leader is Bo Horvat with 55, followed by Granlund with 49 and Virtanen with 38. Kane was there with 37. Point leader was Bo Horvat with 81 points in 82 games, so he's nearly a point per game. Very good. Evander Kane, wait, I didn't mean to sort it like that again. Evander Kane had 76 points in 79 games. It was just because of those injuries that probably took over. And then Granlund, 70 points. Virtanen, 59 points. Fiala, 52. Granlund, 46. Sutter, 31. But he picked up 10 goals, so he did pick up a bit more during the end of the season. Fontaine, 30 points. Holy shit. For a fourth liner that we signed like on a just over a $1 million contract, he literally put up 30 points as a fourth liner. Sven Berchi also 30 points, Nemesnikov 26, Castles 26, Tuck 21. So our fourth line even got points. So like our worst offensive player is a 21-point player, because the rest of these players are just depth guys. Just crazy. Defensively, let's see. Ewell Levy, no. Stetcher was leading us for defensemen in goals, 16 goals. Assist-wise, it would have been Ewell Levy with 29 assists. Point-wise, Stetcher with 44 points. Ewell Levy with 42. Hutton with 33. Let's see. Shea Theodore with 19. So he did put up a lot more goals as well later on the season. Tramkin with 5 assists, and Davidson with 3 goals, 1 assist. So these two actually put up a bit more points near the end of the season, but still weren't that contributive to our team. Goaltending, so let's see. So yeah, Vasilevsky's 2.5 goals against average, 40, 25, and 2, and 919 save percentage. And then he also had 4 shutouts. Thatcher Demko went 5-8-1 with a 3.43 goals against average and an 879 save percentage, but he did have 1 goal, 1 assist, which is kind of weird. And Vasilevsky actually also had 2 assists, so our goaltenders even got points this season, which is very nice to see. Let's also just check the AHL, and then we'll see who we're up against in round number 1. So our AHL club leading in our, I don't know if they're done their season yet. They probably have another week or so, but leading us currently is Balsers with 22 goals. Assist leader is Liljegren with 47 assists. Jeez. And point-wise, Balsers, Patrick, and Liljegren, it's good to see the two of them up near the top. And then Hintz is up there with 51. So on like that. So that is it pretty much. I don't want to check the AHL, all the AHL players, because just the ones with potential. Okay, wait, actually I should have checked the team stats first. So let's see how our power play and if our penalty kill got better. And then hopefully we're not playing a hard team in first round. Probably not. So let's just check the entire league for everything. So the St. Louis Blues won the President's Trophy this year. More than likely they still have another game. But yeah, they took it, so that's nice for them. Let's see. So goals for per game average. So the St. Louis Blues, and we were actually second on scoring goals. So we were a very good offensive team this year, as I was expecting, considering our fourth line scored like 22 points still, at the minimum. Goals against per game, we're letting in way too much. So still, like, we're still around the middle though, which isn't that bad. Power play, let's see. Our power play was the best in the entire league, so that's very nice to see. 23.4%. I wonder if that's where Evander Kane got most of his goals. Penalty kill it's around the middle, so it didn't get much. I think it got better because it was near the bottom, but it did improve. It went to 81.3%, which is pretty decent. And then our home record was 22-18-1, 23-15-3 on the road. Okay, so let's see who we're up against in our first ever playoff matchup, and I'll check the lines for them, and then that will be this for the end of this episode. Jeez, I can't even speak this morning. I have to work today as well, so I'm trying to get this recorded and uploaded for you guys before I leave. Okay, so we're playing the Calgary Flames in round number 1, who won the Western Conference. So let's just quickly save so I don't lose any of this good stuff, because I know there is EA voodoo shit that happens, but I think they fixed it. So let's see. So the playoff matchups looks like this. So Calgary and us, Anaheim and Edmonton, St. Louis and Dallas, Chicago, Minnesota. So a pretty stacked Western Conference. And then you got Montreal and Philadelphia, Tampa and Toronto, Pittsburgh and Washington. So Sid and Ovi meet in round number 1 this time. And then you got Columbus and New Jersey. So let's check who we're up against in, like, who's on the team or on Calgary's team, because we know what our team looks like. We just want to see what we're up against for next episode. It's going to be a good battle because both of us are rivals. At least we used to be. I don't know if they can still consider them rivals. So view opponents. So their first line: Johnny Gaudreau, Sean Monahan, and Patrick Hornquist. So I was debating getting Hornquist on free agency, but we didn't, and he's now on the first line with Calgary's. That's a very nice first line. 88, 87, 90. Then the second line's kind of weak. Shinkaruk, who's an 82. Bennett, who's an 84. Tkachuk, who's an 86. Third line's actually kind of strong. 85 for Michael Frolik. Backlund's an 84. Furlan's an 84. And in the fourth line, you got Boma, who's an 83. Vey, who's an 83. And Brower's an 82. So it's a pretty overall balanced team. Defensively, they have a very good first defensive pairing. They got TJ Brody, who's a 90 overall, and then Giordano, who's kind of dropping off a bit, but he's still an 89. And then you got Dougie Hamilton, who's an 88. So you got 3 very good defensemen. You also got Nick Holden, who's an 84, Jyrki Jokipaka, who's an 81, and Rasmus Anderson, who's an 84. So that's a pretty nice defensive core. Jokipaka is very weak, though. Goaltending, they have Brian Elliott and Chad Johnson, so they're a bit weak on goaltending. Like, we have a better goalie in Vasilevsky, but they got better offense probably and goaltending. And then scratch, they have Chris Versteeg, who's probably losing morale because of ice time, and Chiasson and Emile Poirier. So anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for this episode of our Canucks GM modes. So in next episode, we will take it to round 1 when we face the Calgary Flames. Thanks, guys, for watching. See you guys next time.